How's it going, everyone? For today's video, I wanted to talk about how everything happens for a reason. If you're, especially if you're very young, um, just from my experience and people that I've known and come close to, um, I tried doing this twice before. I woke up and my tics were kind of bad. So I'm sorry, but well, I'm not sorry, um, but if I didn't go through the majority of all the bad times that I've talked about in my previous videos, I would have never really grown as a person. Um, and most things that people fear are things they've been through. Um, if this if an event or a situation didn't happen at point A, I would have never ended up at point B. If point C didn't happen, I wouldn't have ended up at point D. Um, so you don't know it now. If you are going through troubled times or traumatic experiences, and you feel like there's no end, just give it time. You'll never forget the things that have happened. You'll never even fully ever get over the things that happen. It's just an experience to help build the person that you are, so that you have a different perspective on life and handle things accordingly, in your best judgment. Um, Running away from a problem is never the answer, or ignoring it, or um, turning to drugs, or substance abuse, or alcohol. I'm not saying don't ever drink every now and then, um, if it's a celebration, or something like that, with friends, or family, or an event. Um, I'm just saying that, if I didn't go through the struggles, or being Baker acted, I would have never ended up in Connecticut. And if I didn't go through certain things, I would have. If I didn't travel all over the country living out of a car, I would have never ended up where I am. And regardless if those people are still in my life, you know, one of my first major, my first major best friend when I moved to Connecticut, that was how that helped me get deal with my social anxiety disorder, and get my first car, and um, kind of see what I wanted to do with my life as far as my job, and um, and no matter what the bad times were, it does eventually go away. You just, you know for some, it's a couple days, a couple weeks, and for others it's months, it's years, but it does get better. It's very cliche, but once you hit rock bottom, it's true, you can only go up. Um, it's funny because the people, it makes you stronger, because as older you get, when you deal with a serious situation, regardless of what it is, if you've been through something like that or something similar, you know what to do, compared to somebody who's had a perfect upbringing and young adult life, to where they get a flat tire and they just lose their mind and think it's the biggest thing, that I can't believe that my life is over. I don't know how to deal with this. It makes, don't sweat the little things. Um, uh, my buddy Josh, my brother Josh, he'll sit there and say that, and it's true, because if you can't handle the little things, you let them bother you, you're not going to be able to deal with the bigger problems that come with life. And I wish, like, when I was younger, I would see those Walgreens commercials. I'm not sure if any of you have seen them, but where, you know, imperfect. They always say imperfect. Everything is this imperfect, and um, the one thing I learned at a very very young age was that the world isn't a perfect place. It isn't this happy place depicted in movies and stuff like that. But as you get older, you learn, and I hope that experience helps you make you your own person, makes you unique. Now, whether you choose to use your knowledge through experiences to help others, or just to do well in life or do great things in life, it's your choice. There are people that have been abused and have terrible lives, and they turn to substance abuse or turn into bullies, or have kids by accident, and raise them the same way, with abusing them, or just are just miserable people that nobody wants to be around. To be the bigger person, take that trauma and turn it into something creative. Take that knowledge and help others. And if you're young and you're in high school, or you're out of high school, and you've been through so many experiences, and you're just trying to take it one day at a time, which is a great thing to do, just know that you're stronger than people that have never been through. They may have an easier life, but they down the road won't know how to handle the little things. And the fact that you got through something very traumatic and big makes you already a stronger person. Not saying people that go through things, trauma, are better people than others. I'm just saying that you're stronger than you think, and that's a hard thing to grasp, and to say to yourself. You feel like you're a loser, or your worth is nothing in this world, and you don't matter, and you don't understand is that they're all lessons, they're all levels, they're all experiences for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Due to my upbringings and experiences, even up to not too long ago, there are people, younger people, that come to me and ask me advice on certain things, and I tell them, okay, I went through something like this. Here are your options. And I would tell them, and it helped them. And that made me feel good, because much like anything, much like teachers or anything like that, everybody learns from somebody. We get all our knowledges from school, from experiences that happened in the past. You're doing the same thing, so use that. Or be creative. You make a channel on YouTube, draw, write music, create, because some of the most intelligent people on this planet have all been through situations, and have all had to overcome, and there's a fine line between genius and insanity. um you are who you are, and that's what makes you unique. If you want to be a cookie cutter, go with the flow, I'm just gonna have a great life, and that's fine too, but that's your decision. But for anybody who's currently going through something, or has gone through a traumatic experience, the only way that you're going to get through life is to learn from that situation. Um, Hopefully, my rant's making sense. Um, you know, Everybody with disorders, or mental illness, or PTSD, or traumatic experiences, or I know firsthand. Okay, this it seems like every other day, something keeps popping up. It's overwhelming, but you get through it because you're strong. That's the point. You push on. You go day by day, because you don't want to give up. because you matter to someone, regardless if you even know it or not. You matter. Your life matters, and everything happens for a reason. You may not see it now because it just looks like an unending cycle of hell, but it will get better. If I didn't go through the majority of the things I went through, I would have never had the people that are in my life now, who I love to death. I would have never experienced this. I would have never had this great experience. I would have never, it all happens for a reason. I'm not saying that it can't be a fucked up reason that something happens, but I'm saying there is an end to it. There is a payoff. There is a goal that will emerge, if you were, an enlightenment. I'm not trying to be preachy. I'm just telling you from what I've experienced on the many years I've been on this earth. Um, but if you're going through something, share. Can't do it verbally, write it. Express yourself. It's never bad to express yourself if you've been through something, because other people have been through the same thing or worse, and no matter what you've been through, there's always somebody out there that's been through something worse than you or has it worse than you. And I know it's easy to feel, especially if you're a teenager, that the world's ending. You may think high school is life. High school is not anything like the real world. It's not. It's bullshit. High school is bullshit. College to an extent. Um, but I hope this made sense. I wanted to do this just because of recent events. Talking with somebody that's close to me. But I hope you're all doing well, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments or send me a PM. And again, everything happens for a reason. You may not see it now, but one day you'll understand.